to enhance or reduce the amount of light coming into the perfume bottle from the bottom. And I attach all these attachments together to create one big holder for 4, 5, 6 reflectors. That got Dedo thinking, and he said, well, I'm going to make a contraption that can hold all of them in one instance. So when he saw that, he came up with the idea of the quintupus, which is the one tool that holds all your filters in one, because that becomes a very big contraption. It kind of gets heavy and it's hard to hold in position. So I started doing in small rooms, setting up reflectors in different directions, covering key light, fill light, backlight. I use a lot of the gobo and the expanders, the spreaders, to create my horizon lights. Behind my models, I use little LEDzillas with the spreaders. They come as a non-light option, on-camera option. And so here, using the blades, I can create the amount of light that is surrounding the characters. When I do live action, I can do motion light for a car scene here, shot with the UV green screen, and then I compose the lights. Now you have the rotating blades, which are very useful for any kind of small work where you can really decide the angle of your lights. And I use effects a lot also to create reflections and texture around the reflections with the effect glasses. I use a lot of that on the tabletop systems. I'm very, very, very fond of the DLH4 as the fundamental light that does everything that I need to do in tungsten illumination. Here I have a small model onto a scene with a background, and I'm putting the light inside the house using a small reflector number 1 with the bottom light going all through the model. And so now I can direct the light in front of the model and creating a beam of light coming from the house. This is for a horror play in the school. The house is going to be the demise of everybody that goes inside. They're all going to die. And so the students wrote their own play. It's their own writing. And so we created the house. One of the students built the model, and they all helped me create this. One of the things I do also is I put a piece of coin inside the projector to create a reflection of a candlelight. And moving the reflection, you create effects. I also use what Dedo showed me to do is a piece of fabric in front of a light with a ventilator to create interruption so that I create the flicking light of the candle. All my stuff is DMX. I love to use DMX. I love to control color and control intensity right from where I stand from the camera. Looking at stuff, I want to be able, in the angle that my camera is watching, to move everything. So I have a DMX and I connect everything DMX. So here what I did here, I have a 300 millimeter prime lens here. It's not a zoom lens, so it's a prime, okay? I use that a lot because what it allows me to do is have an extreme focus on the image here, and all the background falls off very quickly. I like that because it gives me depth, a sense of depth. And here, I poke a hole here under the carton. Okay, so my backlight here is a reflector, and if I move the reflector, I can get the intensity the way I like it. Or I can use, like you saw in the film, a light directly underneath with a projector, a DP1, and an iris. And then I can control the quantity of light that comes inside. But here I put my background directly on the glass here, but you can change that. You can also, there is the glass surface underneath here, you can see. And so what you can do also is simply take another carton and slide it underneath. And then you can redirect the light. And if you place the perfume right on the hot spot here, then you can transmit the energy of the light through the carton and get a different kind of effect. You can put any color you want. Now, normally I would also project a 3M screen. I would put the city of Paris in the background with the Eiffel Tower and the side of a window. I have here the Ledzilla attachment, which is the Blade Runner, the Star Wars lightsaber. And you can use this. You can see here, I'm just going to, you see here the nice little side light that is created with this one. If I use this one, that's my background light. I have an reflector here that's doing some effects on the bottle. And I can move these. So if I would put this one on one of those motors, then I could get the, I could move the reflector with the motor, and then I would get this reflector to move like this during the shot. I do a lot of that stuff where reflectors are moving inside the shot while it's being shot, so you get the effect. And you have the little blade here. So these blades were designed to, it has 4 holes, and you can put that on the wall, and then you put a little reflector, which is a Lightstream light. But I also use them, I can put 2 on motors and have like a reveal, like they come, like they open up, and I see my scene appear, you know, like this, or I use them to hold a product, you know. Motorize them and use them for revealing or hiding lights, as move them in the shot, so I can have moving light like this in the effects that are moving by moving those things. And so most often all my reflectors are on motors, and the motors are on exactly this kind of emission. This here is just a prop, okay? It's a doorknob, but they just come in conveniently with exactly the screw that fits this contraption here. That's how they're sold. Again, this is, it's just a doorknob, or for furniture, you know. And I buy those in the flea market. Sometimes they come in bags, 4 or 5 for $3, you know. And I send this one, I send this one to Dedo to play with, and I have some at home.